Okay. So we'll discuss today joins and the store procedure in a SQL server. So these two concepts are very, very important in SQL server. So if you go interview also, they will ask interview questions on the joins and the store procedures. In real time also, we'll frequently write the store procedures and the joins. So these are very important concept in SQL server. Okay. So first of all, what are the types of joins in a SQL server? Types of joins. So there are different types of joins. One is a inner join. Second one is a left join or a left outer join. Third one is a right join. Or a right outer join. And fourth one is a full join or full outer join. Fifth one is a self join. And finally, sixth one is a cross join. So these are types of joins in a SQL server. Okay, so what is the use of these joins in a SQL server? So joins are used to join the more than one table. Okay, so joins are mainly used to join more than one table. So why should I join? So yesterday we created the two tables. One is a country table, one and a state table. So client asked the requirement. I want a country name and a state name. Okay, in a singular result. So we have to display the country name along with the state name. So in that scenario, we have to use the joins. So we can join more than two tables, more than any number of tables, depends on our requirement. So the main purpose of join is to join the tables. Okay. So yesterday we created the table. Select start from trivial country and select start from trivial state. If I run these two queries, okay. So I have a two records in a country table and four records in a state table. Now I want to insert some other records in a country table. Insert into trivial country. So I'm going to give the ID and the country name, country code. So already we have a two records. Okay, I'm going to give country ID 3, country name China, country code CM, and the country 4, 5, and then 6. Country name Japan.
Your country code. It's country name you mentioned.
Yeah,
Last
this
call.
is okay. Sorry, this should be the country code. Thank you. So here we have to give the country code. Japan, I'm giving the J, JP, and here I'm giving some other country. Mm, Can you tell me some other country names?
Germany.
German. So I'm giving the GM and
White.
white and then KW. So we have a 6 records in a country table. Now if I execute, so we have 6 records in a country table, 4 records in a state table. So we have to insert some other countries, states. For example, China. I want to insert China states in a state table. Insert into trivial state. So we have to add the state ID and the state name. State code and then country ID because it is referencing the country table. Values. So already we have 4 records. I'm giving the ID 5 and then state name. So China states.
Hong Kong.
Okay. So I'm giving the code. HK. I don't know. I'm just giving the some random codes. So this China ID is a 3. Okay, country ID 3. That is why we have to give the and the state. I'm giving the 6. Can you tell other state and China?
Berlin, Germany.
Sorry,
Berlin, Germany.
Berlin,
Avunu.
German. So I'm giving the code 5. So German is a 5, right? So we have to give the 5. So I'm giving the BN. Okay, I'm giving spell mistake. Okay, leave it. No problem. If I run this two tables, okay. Now client ask the requirement. I want a country name and along with the country name, I want to display the state name also. Okay, state name, state ID, country name, country code. So these 4 columns I want to display in a single result set. So in that scenario, we have to use the joins. Now, how to write a join? Select star from trivial country. So I want in this table country name and country code. Country name, country code. So this is a country table. I'm giving the alias name of C. So C dot country name, C dot country code. Now I want to join to this table TBL state. So whenever we are joining the table, right? So we must have a relation. So what relation we required to join the tables? We require a primary foreign key relation. So if you observe here, this country table ID is a primary key. In a state table, country ID is a foreign key. So these two columns are having a primary and foreign key relation. Now I want to join with the table state. Join TBL state. So I'm giving the state name, alias name, yes. Okay. On country table C dot ID equal to state table dot country ID. So we can write a inner join or a join any of Meaning is the same. Now this is a syntax to write a inner join. Now if I execute okay. So here I'm taking the country name and the country code. I want a state name and a state code also in this result, comma state yes dot state name yes dot state code. Now if I execute this query, I'm getting the country name, country code, and state name, state code. If you observe records, I'm getting the 6 records only. And if you clean observe, we have a 6 country names. I mean, in a country table, but here I'm getting the 4 country names: India, America, China, Japan. Rest of the 2 records not displayed. Why? Because the inner join, okay, inner join used to get the matching records from both tables. Now, what is the meaning of matching records of both tables? So, if I run a select star from TBL country, select star from TBL state. If I run these 2 queries, so if you observe here, in a state table, I have a reference. I given a 4 country IDs. One is India, second America, third is China, and fifth is Germany. But Japan and Kuwait country ID I did not give in a state table. So that is why this is Japan and Kuwait record not displayed in a output. If I run this query again, now see Japan and Kuwait record, both records not displayed. So whenever we want matching records from both table, okay, both the table, that time we have to use the inner join. Now client asked the one more requirement. I want to display the all country names along with the state names. If state doesn't having even state name and state code also, but I want to display the country name. So, okay, in that scenario, we have to use the left join. Left join. Okay, then what is the left join? Left join used to get the matching plus non-matching records from left table and matching records from right table. So the syntax is the same. So syntax never changed. Same syntax. Copy paste here. Instead of inner join, we have to use the left join, or we can use the left outer join. So both are same. In real time, we'll write a left join. Okay, left join or left outer join, both are the same. Just name is different. If I run this query, now if you see here in this result, I'm getting the Japan and Kuwait. But this Japan and Kuwait doesn't have any relation in a state table. That is why state name and state code displaying null values. Okay. So in this scenario, if client asks me, I want to get the all country names Okay, even the country doesn't have any state, but I want to display the name of a country. I want to display the country name. In this scenario, we have to use a left join, and we have a one more joiner called right join. Okay, right join. So what is the use of a right join? Exact opposite of a left join. A right join used to get the matching plus non-matching records from a right table, and matching records from a left table. So the syntax remains same. There is no difference. Just instead of left, we have to use the right join. So here I am using the right join. Now, if you see here, I'm not getting the again Kuwait and German. Why? Because in the right table, I don't have any records. Okay, in a table of country ID. So if I execute these two records, I mean two tables, if you see here, I don't have any record mapped here. So in that scenario, okay, so right table, right join means it will fetch the non-matching plus matching records from the right table, only matching records from the left table. So in real time, it use the left joiner, right joiner we are not used, but there is a case. That is why they have provided the right join. And then we have a one more join that is called a full outer join or a full join. Full join. So what is a full join? Full join used to get the both matching plus non-matching records from both the tables. So the syntax is the same. There is no change. Instead of right join, we have to use the full join. Full join, full outer join. Anything you can give the name. Now, if you see here, I'm getting the Japan and the Kuwait and the null values from the state because it will fetch the all the records from the two tables. Even if it is match or non-matching, both the tables records it will display. Okay, that is the use of a full outer join or full join. And we have a one more join called self join. If you go interview also, they will frequently ask the self join and give me one example. Self join join used to map itself on. So self join is used to join a same table. Okay, it won't match the another table. Now I'm going to, we have a table, select star from TBL employee table. Okay, in this table, I have a ID, may consider as this is the employee ID. Okay, and I want to insert one more record Okay, manager ID in this table. Okay, so what I want, I have to write I want to add a new column in this employee table. So alt table name is a TBL employee. Okay, and I want to add a new column. Column name is a manager ID. Manager type is a enter. Okay, I have a manager ID. So in the employee table, manager also one employee. Okay, so I'm just updating this first name. Okay, so then it is somewhat clear for us. I'm writing the update statement in this employee table. Update TBL employee set first name equal to Vasu, where ID equal to 2, and I want to update a manager ID. Manager ID equal to. So what I want, this is a record I'm going to updating as employee name as a Vasu. In this employee, okay, I want to make it a manager as a Shiva. Okay, so I'm going to give the updating the manager ID is a 4. Okay, copy this update statement. Paste. So what I want to update a record the third one. So here ID is a 7. And I want to change this Shiva to some other name. I'm giving the Madhu. And so to this Madhu, I want to update a manager is a Narayan. Okay, make it a 8. So these two records I'm going to updating, and along with I have to update a email also. We have to update a email. So I want to update Madhu123 @gmail.com, and here also so I'm removing this query. Now if I run this search start from table. So if you observe here, employee name is Vasu, and Vasu manager is Shiva, because the manager ID I have given a 4. Okay, and employee name is Madhu, and Madhu manager is Narayana, because Narayana ID is 8. So I given a 8, and Shiva and Narayana, these two employees don't have any super manager. So these two also have a manager, but these two are null. Okay. Now because these Shiva and Narayana, there are already managers. Okay. And the rest of this Vasu and Madhu, these people are employees. So manager also employee, but his designation is a manager. Okay. Now what I want to know the employee name and who is the manager of that employee. Okay. If you observe here, employee ID and manager ID in a one table only. This not in a different table like a TBL country and a TBL state. Now client asked the requirement. I want display the employee name, employee email, and who is the manager of this employee. So in this scenario, we have to use the self join, because the table itself we are joining. Self join used to join table itself. Okay. So how to write a self join? Select star from table employee. I'm giving the alias name as a employee E. Okay. So here I'm giving the employee E data first name. Okay. Yes. I'm giving the alias name employee. Okay. And I'm giving the employee email. So E data email. Okay. Now what I want a manager name also to this employee who is the manager of Shiva and who is the manager of Madhu, who is the manager of Narayana. So I have to join. So we need to use the self join. So to join this table using what I want join employees. This is a manager. Okay. Okay. So what I want to use in the on employee data, we have a ID column equal to manager m data manager ID. So it is not displaying because it will take some time to compile the query windows. Okay, don't worry about this. Now what I want to know the manager name. So alias name I've given a m. Okay, so here put comma m dot first name as manager. If I execute query, I'm getting the Shiva is the employee name and the manager of Shiva is Vasu and Narayana is the employee name and the manager is Madhu. What I want, I'm getting the two records only. Okay, but I want employee even doesn't have any. I mean, a manager also. I want to display the complete employees. So in self join also we can use a left joiner, right joiner, full join. Again, self joiner divided into 4 times. Self joiner divided 4 types. Left joiner, right join, full join, and then another join. So now if you observe here, now we are used the inner join. Now what I want to use a left join. So there is a syntax no change. Instead of self, we have to use a self left join. Left join. Now here we have to use a just a left join. Okay. Now if I run this query, execute this one. Now if you observe here, I'm getting the 4 records. Okay. So even these 2 employees, 1 minute. Sorry. So if you observe here, I'm using the instead of inner joiner, I'm using the left joiner. So if you use the right join, so in the place of left, we have to use the right join. Right self join. Just remove this left and the right. Okay, so I'm getting the records. So here, if you observe here, this right join, I'm getting the employee name null because so the manager who having a okay, uh, these people doesn't have a employee name. And if I use the Control C, full join or a full outer join, full outer join or a full join. So instead of writer, we have to use the full join. Okay. So like this, we have to use the joins in a SQL server. So joins are mainly used to join more than one table to get the combination of both tables records. Okay, so we have a one more joiner that is called a cross joiner. That cross join will use it very rarely, but we have to know the cross join. If you go interview also, they will ask you the what is the cross join. Give me one example. So cross join is used to okay join the two tables. Cross join is used to join the two tables. The result of two tables Cartesian product. So it will multiply the both table record. So what I want to create a one table of product. So create table name TBL product I'm giving. Now in this table I have a product ID, product name. So I'm giving the ID is a integer primary and product name. Okay, here product name I'm giving the varchar of 30, the size I'm giving. So if I execute this table, product table is created. Now I want to insert some records. Insert into TBL product. Okay. So here I have a ID and then a product name. Values I'm giving product ID one, product name laptop. Now product ID I'm giving to and the product name I'm giving the mouse. Product ID 3 I'm giving the charger. And the product 4 I'm giving the keyboard. Insert this 4 records in a product. Now select the start from TBL product. So if you observe here, I have a 4 records in a product. Now I'm executing the select the start from TBL and cloud. I'm executing both the tables. In TBL employee, I have a 4 records. So in organization, every employee will take the keyboard, mouse, charger, all this. So it will give the output if I join these two tables. So it will give the multiplication of each record into second table. For example, I have a record 2. It will give the was containing the laptop, was containing the mouse, was containing the charger, was containing the keyboard. That means 1 into 4. Again, record 2. So here Shiva. Shiva contains the laptop, charger, mouse, the keyboard charge. Again, Shiva and second recorder, second column it will for the product name, laptop, mouse. So that means Shiva displayed 4 times and the laptop comes, this records comes 4 times. So here 4 records, 4 into 4, 16 records will come. For example, I have a this table 100 records. 100 into 4, 400 records will display with the help of a cross join. Now, how to use a cross join? So here I'm giving the alias name of T and alias name of A. And here I'm giving the first employee data name and then product key data product name. Now if you observe here, Madhu is displayed 4 times because product table contains the 4 records. And Narayana, employee name Narayana, displayed 4 times. It is a product table contains the 4 records. If a product table contains 100 records, okay, 100 times it will display the Madhu and 100 products display to the Madhu records. So it will multiply the table 1 into table 2. Okay, and it will produce the partition product result. So like this, we have to use the cross joiner in the SQL server. So we have covered the inner joiner, left joiner, right joiner, full join, self joiner, and again self joiner we have divided into 4 types. One is a self inner join, self left, self right, self full, and the final one is a cross join. So in real time, most we'll use the inner join and the left join only. Okay, but we have to know the types of joins and how it will work. So the syntax is very simple to use the join. So there is no complexity and there is no hard coded logic. So just joining the tables and get the whatever records you want. Okay. So just to replace inner into left. If you want to write, write them. If you want to pull a full join, the syntax remains the same. There is no change. So fixed syntax. If you learn one syntax, you will use the 4 joins you can learn. Okay. These are the types of joins in a SQL server. So we have one more topic called the store procedure that is very, very important. In real time, we'll use the store procedures also. Now, what is a store procedure? Store procedure is to, okay, we'll get the result from the tables, but without a store procedure also, I can get the result by using the cell star from a table. Okay, then why should I use a store procedure? Store procedure are used to restrict, to secure the database and to reduce the network traffic and reusability. SP means a store processor. Okay, store processor is used to secure data and store processor is used to reuse the query, reuse the query, store procedure is used to reduce the network traffic. Okay. Okay, then how to create a store procedure? Very simple syntax. Okay. So how we are creating the table like a store procedure also we have to use the create a statement. Create procedure name USP underscore get employees. Okay. As begin end. So this is a syntax. Create a procedure means we are using that while creating the table, right? Create a table name. Like that, create a procedure name. So why should I use a USP in front of the SP? I mean a prefix I'm giving the. So USP means a user defined store procedure. So this is the naming convention told by the Microsoft. Use the before your SP name USP that gives the user defined store procedure. Don't use okay without I mean get employees update employees the main name you have to use some meaningful name. So SP means a store procedure, U means a user defined store procedure, and the name should tell the developer what is the meaning of this store procedure. I return get employees. Okay, the store procedure used to get the employees, and I want to update the data in a table. So in that scenario, I have to use the USP underscore update employees. So update employees means employees table. We have to give the table name. So what operation you want to work on a table, that name we have to give, and then a table name we have to give. Then developer can easily understand the usage of this store procedure. What I want to get the list of employees with the help of a store procedure. So this is a syntax. In between begin and I will write the select star from trivial employee. If I run this query, execute, space executed, and how to execute the store procedure. How to execute the store procedure. So to execute this store procedure, we have a command to execute, okay, and then sp name, give the space and run the execute. Now see, I'm getting the records from the employee table. So why should I use store procedure? Why not I directly use a select start from a table? So I told you it will secure the secure the data. So anyone if a hacker trying to hack our data through the browser. So if directly use the select start from, they can modify, they can write update statement instead of select, or they can write a delete statement. So the hackers have a very good command skills on technologies. So they're trying to hack our data and they will blackmail companies. If they give money, then only they don't I mean update the data. Otherwise, we'll delete your database records. Then we'll face a lot of problems. Okay, so to secure those kind of hackers problems, we have to use the store procedure. This names we will use our own name. Then hacker to identify the store procedures. Okay, it is very difficult to find them. Okay, that is why we have to use the store procedure. And I told you reduce the network traffic. If I execute this store procedure, first time only it will create and it will compile. Second time onwards, when I execute this store procedure, it won't compile again. So that means every time it won't compile. It will fetch directly data from table. Instead of store procedure, if I execute select star from table, it will every time it will compile and it will fetch the data from database. So it will take lot of time to compile because not only your number of people is doing the operations on a database. So multiple persons doing the operations on database, right? That is why it will take the time to reduce network traffic to reduce. In that scenario, we have to use the store processor. Okay. Now what I want to get the employee ID based on a ID. In this scenario, I'm getting all the employees, but I don't want to get all the employees. I want to pass input parameter as a ID, and then I want to get only that specific employee. That is a requirement. So this store processor uses the employees. How to get all employees data using I want to get the based on ID. Copy this one. So the function remains the same. There is no change. Instead of that, we have to pass the input the parameter. How to get all the employees data by employee ID. How to get employees data using employee ID. Yeah, here I have to use the USB get employees by ID. Now the store procedure is giving meaningful. Okay, by ID we have to get the employee information. Now what I have to do here, I have to pass the input parameter here. Now by passing the input parameter, we have to use the attribute symbol, the parameter name, and the data type. So data type I'm given the integer. Now what I want here I want to get the ID. So where ID equal to we have to pass the at the rate of ID. Now execute this is store procedure. Okay, SP executable successfully. Now how to execute this SP? So same here we are using the execute command. Here also we have to use the execute SP name and then parameter we have to use the ID. I forgot and passing the ID is 2. If I execute this command, now see I am getting the single record by using the employee ID. If I pass some other employee doesn't have a into. Now I'm passing the employee ID is 20. If I execute I will get the column names, but I did not get the data because I don't have a employee ID 20. Okay. Now what I want to update and I want to delete and then insert record by using the store procedure. So write a store procedure to insert the employee data in a employees table with the help of a store procedure. So same copy this store procedure. So I want to insert data. Now how to insert data using store processor. So I am using the USP instead of get this is a insert. Insert employees. Employees is a table. Okay. Now insert employees. Now what I want to here use the cell start from table. What are the columns in this table? I want to know. So we have first name or last name. I pass the values. So this ID column is a identity column. So we no need to pass ID column here while doing the insert. Instead of identity, so I'm using the first name. First name. So first name is var character. I'm using the 30 and then copy this one. I'm using the last name. So last one I'm giving the 20. So we have a salary column. Data type is an integer. And we have a joining a date. So this is a date time. And then a email. So where carrier 50 written and then a wage. Those I'm giving the integer and the final one is a manager ID. So manager ID we can give or we can update manually. So I'm leaving the manager ID. Okay. So in this SP, we have to write a insert a statement instead of a select. So we know the insert statement. Insert into TVL employees. So we have to give the column names. First name, last name, salary, join date, email, page, and then values, at the rate, first name, at the rate, last name, at the rate, salary, at the rate, joining date, at the rate, email, and at the rate, wage. Now execute this store processor. Okay, we have successfully created the store process. Now I want to update a store processor. So same here, how we created a inserter, we have to copy paste this one. There is a no change. Instead of inserter, we have to write update. Update employees data using the store process. Copy paste. So instead of inserter, we have to use the name update. Okay. In this update, we required so we have to update a specific record, right? So then we have to pass here as a employee ID. Then only we can update a employee specific employee information. So we have to pass the input parameter as a ID. So that is the only one change required here. At the rate ID integer. Now instead of inserter, we have to write a update a query. So remove the insert, update, table name, employee, and set the first name equal to we have to use the first name and then last name equal to we have to use the last name. The salary equal to salary. The joining date equal to joining date. Email equal to at the rate of email. The wage equal to at the rate of wage. The where ID equal to at the rate of right. So remove this values. So we are just writing the update statement. Okay, nothing we are doing. Now execute this store processor. Okay, executed successfully. Now I want to write a delete employee by using the employee ID. So write one more store processor to delete employee data. So how to delete employees using this store processor. I'll copy this statement. Start this one. Copy this one. We required only ID to delete the record, right? That is why I'm copying this one. So instead of getter, we are using the delete. Delete employees by ID. Okay. So here we have this delete statement. Delete from table where ID equal to ID. Execute this one. Okay. SP created successfully. Now what I want to delete one record with the help of this ID. Now, so how we are executing the previous record, right? Execute SP name. Okay. ID equal to we have to pass the ID and the recorder too. So before deleting, we have to use the select start from table. Then we can confirm it is working or not. Select start from table employees. Execute. Now I want to delete a record is the second one. Okay, or any record we have to pass the ID. So I'm passing the ID is a 2. So here is employee ID 2. If I execute this store procedure, it should delete the record. Execute. Okay, what is happened to the execute select statement. Now see record is delivered successfully. Now I want to insert one new record into this table. So with the help of store processor, we have to insert. Now what is the store processor name? This is the SP name. Copy is SP name. So here we have to execute insert. Execute SP name and then we have to pass the values. Let's create a first name equal to and passing the first name sugar. And then parameter let's create a last name. Okay. And I'm passing the last name G. And what is the second third one is the salary. Let's create a salary equal to I'm passing the salary. And then joining data. Let the data. So why should I give the input? So without a mismatch in the values, we have to use the input values, okay, input parameter. Then it is a real time also it is good to use this one. Integrate join data. Join data folder. I'm using the data and the email at the rate email equal to the rate email equal to Siva at the rate gmail.com. So these are the input parameters we have on the executor. This is SQL. Okay. So age, we are not passed the age. That is why we are getting issue. So we have to pass the values. So all those parameters are mandatory. That is why it is expecting the age parameter. Now we have to use the expected age for the I'm passing the age. Now record one row appended successfully. So record is inserted or not. We have to confirm with the help of select start from page. Now this now inserted the Siva recorder. It is inserted successfully. Now same how we inserted we have to use the update. Copy this so this is so we have to insert with the password update. Update is a SQL and we require to pass the value with the ID equal to 2. Okay. So now I want to update this record instead of Shiva and update this record with Narayana. Okay. And I want to update this email instead of Shiva. I want to update 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And the rest of the values are same. If I execute this, now at this point we are updating the first name and the email. Rest of the values are same. If I execute this one, now say 0 record is updated because this ID 2 we don't have in a table. So we don't have ID 2. I'm passing the employee ID is 2. Now I'm passing the employee ID 4. Now 1 row is affected. Select to start from table. Now see employee first name updated Shivanarayan and then email updated. Rest of the values are same. So what will happen by mistake? Sometimes the developer will do the common mistakes. So they don't pass this values empty. If I'm passing the empty, last time I'm passing empty. Let's give it. Now row is affected. Execute. Now see this last time becomes a null. That means empty. So we have to pass all the values. If you not pass any one of this parameter is empty, then that value is going to update it as a empty. So in real time, we have to carefully update the record and then delete the record. So we need to very careful while doing the operations on delete and update. By mistake, it will do okay. The complete requirement will change. That becomes an escalations in real time. Why you updated the empty here last time or email anything. So who told you to update this record? So by mistake, if you told by mistake it will happen, then how you careless doing the database operations? So they will make it a very escalations in a real time. So they will send mails to the manager, a mail to the HR. Because of this employee mistake, the data is completely scratched in database. So a lot of escalations happens. So that is why we have to be careful while working on update statement, okay, insert statement and delete statement. I want to update it as a record G8 and passing the value and use the same as step procedure or is executed successfully. Okay, now it is executed. Okay, so these are the CRUD operations we have to do in a real time store process. The store process syntax is very uh, common and the joins are very common. So there is no logic which is writing the store process. How we are creating the table, right? Create a table name. Here also create a procedure name. And in store procedure, okay. So as of now, I have done a CRUD operations on a single table only. But I want to use, I want to get the data from two tables. Okay, like we have a table country, table state. So with the help of the store procedure, inside store procedure also we have to write a joins. Now create one more store procedure to get a table country information and a table state information. Okay, I'm writing one more store procedure. How to get two tables values using store procedure. So I'm going to create procedure name. I'm going to give the USP. I'm giving the get country and state. That means we are getting the country information and the state information. Syntax is as begin and then end. So we don't passing any input parameters. That is why I'm not passing. So here we already written a store procedure. I mean join. So what I want to use a join in a, so copy this any one of the join. Okay, paste it. Okay. Now execute this store process. So inside store procedure, we can write a joins also. Execute. Now copy this SP name and use the execute command. Execute store processor name. Okay. Now I'm getting the values. Okay. Now we have created the store processor. Everything is happened. But after some time, I want to modify this store processor. Okay, but I don't want to change the SP name. That means I don't want to recreate a new store procedure. I want to alter the store procedure. So yesterday we learned the alter commands to work on the tables. Same here also, we can alter the store procedure. For example, I given a here, I written the left join. Instead of left join, I want to use the inner join. But I don't want to change this SP name. So how to alter a store procedure? Copy this SP name. Okay. Right. How to alter store procedure. Copy same. Instead of creator, use the alter. And then modify your requirement. I want to remove this left join. I want to use the inner join. And then recreate. So instead of create, we have to use the alter command. There is nothing other changes. Execute. Now executed successfully. Control R. So come here and execute this SP name. Now see, I'm getting the inner join. So for example, if you want to alter this above any of the step, for example, update. Okay. So I don't want to update the joining data. So in this scenario, now copy the entire SP, copy this one, and then how to alter SP, how to alter SP. Same copy paste SP name. Instead of creator, we have to use the alter. And I don't want pass this is joining data in update. So that's why I'm removing this joining data. Okay, and I'm remove here also I have to remove the joining data. Joining data. And then execute this alter command. In real time also, sometimes we have to modify the existing store procedure. Okay, now we removed the existing column. So if you want a new column in this store procedure, we can just use the alter command, add one more column, and we can write that parameter in update statement or insert statement. So like that, we have to use the alter command in a store procedure. Okay, so store procedures are very important, and the advantage of store procedure is there is no logics. Okay, so just create a table name. How we are creating the table here also using the create a procedure name. If you want pass input parameters, we have to use @ symbol and then a column name and then a type of this column that means parameter. So these are called parameters in a store procedure. Okay, and then as a begin inside a begin and we have to write our statements like insert update delete the statements we have to write in between a begin and end commands. Okay, so I think this is enough today. If I explain more you will get confused. So tomorrow we will discuss on error, how to handle exceptions in a store procedure and how to write transactions in a store procedures. We'll discuss on tomorrow, or we can discuss C# on tomorrow oops concepts. I'm just stopping the recording. Okay, you can ask me doubts. I will clarify now. Because these are